Hi everyone, welcome back to Chop's Garage, and yet again I bought another car that needs loads of work. He loves a good migger, you're absolutely right. And a lot of them told me this is a bit of a unicorn car. Saturday morning, Adrian is loading up the Jaguar for Michael up in Wales. What he's going to do with it I do not know. I think he's going to break it out for parts. I just know he's got pretty much new tyres all round. Well, they are new tyres all round. Someone's obviously using it. Since I cleared those codes, nothing comes up on the dash, and it actually runs quite well. So maybe it'll end up getting used. I don't know. That front still does look very low though, and it's going to be fun watching him load it up. But Mike, you said it's for parts anyway, so if Adrian pulls the bumper off, it's not a problem, is it? Well, look at that. He's done it. The professional that he is. I kind of wanted him to pull the bumper off, but he's got it on there. He's got it on there well. Because I'm just in a hungover bad mood this morning. So yeah, there it is, all stacked up. So Age's dropping that off to Mike. I haven't cleaned it for Mike. I thought that, that'd be too enjoyable for him. I know he likes to clean a car, and yeah, I thought that'd be too enjoyable for him to take that away from him.
Minger from you, didn't he?
He loves a good migger, you're absolutely right. We share our mingers. Oh dear, that sounds bad. Right, so yeah, so that's going off, and then Adrian's picking up a Hyundai i10 automatic, first automatic one I've had, for me, and bringing that back because that's in Wales as well. So another bit of stock. Yeah, this morning I've also been to the main dealership and looked at a Volvo V50 T5 2.5 turbocharged Volvo V50 estate with an automatic gearbox, with leather, 95,000 miles and a full service history. So we'll see if that deal comes off. Comment down below, what do people think of those? I've not had any experience with them before. I hear the Volvo 2.5 turbo, the earlier ones, is better. It's the when Ford put them in the STs and faff around with them that it causes the problems. That's what I've heard anyway. So there you go, Mike. There's your minger on your way. I've got a visitor, look. It's a little rabbit. What are you doing in here, mate? Why have you come in here? Dear, I haven't got any dinner either. So what we got here is a 61 plate Hyundai i10 automatic. Now, one of the subscribers put me onto this car. His friend runs a house clearance business. Seems to be buying a lot of cars from house clearance people, don't I, at the moment? And he got this as part of the house clearance, and he wasn't quite sure what to do with it. He stuck a new MOT on it, which is great. But then from that point, had a look around the car and realised that to get sort of top money for it, it needed quite a lot of work. And yeah, and then he decided that he spoke to his friend. His friend said, I knew someone that might have that, the subscriber. I know James might be interested in that because he likes his i10, so thanks for that, massive thanks. Well, we'll find out whether it's massive thanks or not, won't we, I guess. He said, yeah, I know someone who likes an i10, and as an automatic, I actually hadn't had an automatic i10 before, and I know lots of people are sort of crying out for small automatics at the moment. So he gave me a description of the car, sent me some pictures, we agreed a deal, and we sent Adrian up there to pick it up while he dropped off the Jaguar to Mike, the X-Type. So massive thanks to Adrian at A&K Van Services again. I'll put a link to his Facebook down below. He really does give fantastic service, guys. Don't know what to do without him helping me out on this front. So this is a one-owner car with only 50-odd thousand miles, and we'll check the exact mileage in a second. It's got the 1.2 engine that we know and love from these cars. And I think this is the active, isn't it? We'll double check that as well. So it is a little rough. There's no two ways about it. It's a little rough. Firstly, this door is a different colour. So someone's replaced the door at some point with one off a similar car, but they've faded at a different rate. So we've got a slight variation in the blue there. I think it's probably the same paint code. Might not be, but yeah, someone's stuck a door on there that isn't quite matching. We've got a scratch there in the front of the wing. We've got a ding in the bonnet here. Looks like we might be able to sort that. I just need to get pliers and pull it back a bit, and then it'll need a little bit of paint. The bumper is broken here. It does sit up tightly if you give it a tug and a push. So it kind of needs to be repaired, and it should be good to go. But this corner also is a bit faded and marked, so it'd benefit from a lick of paint here in the corner. So on this side's pretty good. This will clean up all right. There's a scratch here. Don't know how much of that will come out with a polish. Might need just lacquer rather than blue paint there. Again, it's a bit faded down here. Looks like someone's done a bit of a rattle can on the corner there. And yeah, someone needed to save me from buying all these cars that need work. That's what needed to happen. Looking inside, it's been sat for a while. The seats have started to mould up slightly, as has the headliner. It's a little bit poingy, not really bad, just a little bit of damp smelling. But again, all of this was correctly described to me before I purchased the car, so it's not like any of it's a surprise. Nothing wrong with selling people cars that need work, as long as you're honest with what needs to be done. Just get the keys and check the mileage. As said, this isn't a poverty spec one. We've got electric windows all round. We've got electric mirrors. I'll point at the right thing at the right time in a minute. So yeah, electric windows all round, because some of these are quite low spec, aren't they? Electric mirrors. We've got central locking, but no remote locking key. I imagine the key was probably lost. That's probably why we've got a more basic key on it. We have got air conditioning. We've got USB auxiliary input. You can see the dials. It just needs a really good clean in here. I think it's actually going to clean up well. I don't see any rips or tears. I think it's actually going to clean up well. Mileage wise, 54,000 miles. And as said, no previous owners. It's a one owner car, this one. Typically with low mileage one owner cars, you either get perfect service history or next to none. This one seems to have 2 stamps in the book. 2015 and 2014, first and second service. There may well be more history somewhere. It may not have been stamped to the book. We're never really going to know with this one, because it doesn't look like it's been to a main dealer, and obviously the lady's deceased. So yeah, have a quick look under the engine bay. That will give us a better idea of whether it has been serviced regularly or whether that is all of it. Now we know these engines are famously tough. He stuck a new battery on it. He told me that as well, which is good news. These will take an awful lot of abuse. These little 1.2 chain driven, so obviously you don't have to worry about a crusty cam belt it having been sat. I have just moved it, so I'll need to just wipe the oil off a second. Now my initial looking at that, the oil looks really quite clean. So, and he didn't service it before he sold it to me, so, and it's not far off being the correct level, and it's very clean. I'd be very surprised if that oil is 6-7 years old. Doesn't look it to me. I think it's been serviced. So yeah, engine coolant level, that's okay. So we're safe to go for a drive. Yeah, all that happens with these 1.2 is they just get a little bit noisier, I find. They don't tend to brake as a general, touch wood. I think we haven't been able to check before. Automatic transmission fluid level. That's very clean as well. Gosh, that's clean. This has got more history than in that book, that's for damn sure. Can't see any leaks from the engine. Nothing obvious anyway. All seems very dry around the gearbox and so forth. Got brand new tyres at the front there from the MOT, no doubt. New tyres at the back as well. I wonder if he didn't have to replace them all. I know you guys love looking up MOTs on my cars, so you can go and do that for me, can't you? Right, let's have a little drive of it. So the tray plates are still in the window at the front here because I have ordered the proper ones from Amazon. They are on their way. I suspect I'll get them today. So I will be running with them on the outside of the car, but we're just going to quick nip down the road. All we want to know is this changing smoothly between gears? I was told it was. Based on the description so far, I have no reason to believe otherwise. We do have all the handbooks for it all here as well, so it's got all the original books. I do find, I don't know why, I think perhaps the older people, where they put their cars in for servicing, and when it doesn't get stamped, they don't tend to sort of chase people up on it. You and I, more comfortable probably chasing somebody up and saying stamp my butt, but I've bought a lot of cars from older people who, you know, when I've had the chance to speak to them, say, oh yeah, the car's gone in every year, and then you look at the book and it's not been stamped at all. So, right, I've got to be in park, haven't I? Otherwise it won't start. And let's find a place to put you guys. Right, you should be happy there. Quick, just check. I didn't check the electric windows a second, did I? And same view because you can't see it. That's rear's working okay. Front working okay. Now, I have to be honest, I'm not going to try that aircon or the blowers until I've given the car a clean. Don't fancy whatever blows out of it. Put an aircon bomb in it first because it's been sitting for a while, hasn't it? So we want to check first, is this going to change gears smoothly? That's the big thing. Yep, first change. That was really quite smooth actually. Into third. I tell you what, I'm impressed with that. Because I thought being a small little 1.2, the gear changes would be quite jerky, but they're really actually quite smooth. And to be fair, the subscriber told me that. He said the gear changes were smooth and it drove quite nicely. And as a general rule, guys, well, I'd say to the person actually, subscribers, you subscribers are very genuine about the cars. And so far, this is as described. The no knocks or bangs from suspension, although we haven't really hit any bumps yet. We'll try that in a second. Got to brake for these two trucks. Braking nicely. Little bit of noise on the brakes there. Sounds like a bit of surface rust, which is to be expected. We can knock that off with a bit of a drive. Sitting idling really nicely. It's actually a really quiet one. I've driven so many of these now. Are these guys not able to get by each other, or are they having a chat? They're having a chat. Here I am patiently waiting and they're having a chat. Oh dear me. It's alright, I've got all the time in the world, guys. Not even a thank you! Oh bless. Perhaps I'm too touchy. Anyway, so yeah, it idles really, really smoothly actually. Like I say, I've driven so many of these. This is actually one of the best ones, I think, for the smoothness of the engine. Like I say, that the changes are really nice actually. Yeah, now we're hitting a few of the ruts and the grooves. There doesn't seem to be any knocks or bangs in the suspension. Obviously, I've bought this blind, entirely based on our subscriber's description. So, you know, I was entirely reliant on that being accurate. And so far, as said, it certainly seems to be. Now, I'd normally go right and do a bit more of a run, but we'll go left because that truck's going right. And there's a few roundabouts and stuff we can try up here, and it's going to have to change through gears a little bit more, so probably a bit of a better test to be fair. So yeah, I'm happy with that box. It's obviously going to need a few revs with this little 1.2 engine. It's never going to be a speed demon, is it? Right, round and roundabout, let's listen for a knock or a bang on the suspension. No, smooth as you like. We'll obviously go full lock in the car park, check the other direction. Yeah, I'm pleased with that, guys. It's a nice little drive. I am going to sort out a mic, by the way. I know there's been a lot of complaints about the volume when I'm in the car. Taking that on board. I will get a mic. Now we're getting a bit more serious on the old YouTube. I will get that sorted. So, that's alright, Mr. Audi driver. No one needed that corner anyway today. Do you think I'm being grumpy, or are these people a bit of a laugh anyway? Look at him, what's he doing? I'm all the way over here, mate. Goodness me. Those Type R's do look like they've hit every single shelf on a Halford store, don't they? I'm sure they're cool weapons, but they do look a bit cheesy. And he seemed to think his was about 18 foot wide. Anyway, I'm in a bad mood this morning. What, I seem to be having a dig at every driver, don't I? Yeah, so yeah, it goes well. So the question is what to do with it. I am absolutely flooded with work. I bought another automatic car on Saturday, which you haven't seen yet, so that'll be in the next video, which also needs a bit of work tidying up. And we know how much work I've already got. I've got to get Mrs. Chops' 500X ready for retail. I've still got to get Dog Hair Astra up for retail. I've got to clean up DS3 for retail. I've got the Jaguar to sort. I've got to get the Polo cleaned up and just whatever we decide to do with that, to sell it off with its known fault. I've got so much work to do. I'm not going to get round to this now for weeks. So the question is, what should we do with it? So comment down below for me. Let me give you the options. So options are for this. Full retail is about 5k. That means going around the car, fixing the bumper, painting the corner of the bumper there, going around this side, blending that whole door into the other two doors with the correct colour, fixing the edge of the wing mirror here, the replacement wing, and painting the corner of the bumper there, giving it the mother of all cleans, giving it a service and a warranty, and obviously paying the higher VAT at a £5 sale price. Option 2 is go round, clean the living bejesus out of the car, fix the corner of the bumper there, leave the door as it is, unpainted, leave the edge of the wing mirror broken, but just clean it all up, make it as smart and tidy as you can, do the service on it, put a warranty on it, but sell it with the bodywork like it is at about 3,995, let's say. So about a K cheaper than the equivalent. And then option 3 is simply trade it out to another trader, around about, you know, something like 3, and then they can get it retail ready. They've got 2k to get it retail ready, and sell it at the premium. Oh, obviously, yeah, for retail as well, that would also need to be pulled out and painted. So comment down below, what do you think is the best course of action, bearing in mind what I have on at the moment. So obviously the quick clean-up version, I can have it ready in a couple of weeks time based on how much work I've got at the moment. The full retail one, easily a month I'd say before that will be fully done, with a backlog for paint and for cleaning and tidying, so probably will end up being a month, because obviously we've still got Dog Hair Astra to get sorted out. That's got a new MOT on, and that's just ticking away, so I've got to get that done. The Micra's not a priority because it hasn't got an MOT on it at the moment, so I will get around to doing the roof on that. The Polo just needs a clean and to be advertised with the known faults that can be sold on. Terios I think will go any day. That's not a problem on that front. But I've still got the 500X from Mrs. Chops I need to clean up and get advertised on her behalf, so that I can get sold now she's had the Jeep off of me. I've got the DS3 to clean up and advertise. I've got the VW up parts in now to put that together, get that ready for paint. And I've got the Jag to have a look at, and I've got another car that I bought this weekend, which is an automatic, which those of you that follow me on Instagram will know about. That's coming in, and I've still got the Mazda 2 from BCA coming in. So I'm going to have so many cars and so few up for sale. So that may well answer its own question there, but comment down below, I'll be interested in your thoughts. Oh, as always, massive thanks to our subscriber for getting in contact with me about the car. As always, if you want to contact me about buying cars, selling cars, it's Instagram. I'll drop the links down below for those channels. Yeah, so those of you that follow me on Instagram will know that the car I bought over the weekend is this Volvo V70, which is a bit unusual for me. I don't normally do V70s. I went down to the main dealers at the weekend, and he had this in. And the thing that appealed about it is that it's an automatic, because I know I've had a few people want automatic estates from me, but this is actually the T5 model. So this has the 2.5 turbocharged engine in it, same as the Focus ST, but as I believe it, the Volvo ones are more reliable, because Ford mucked about with the liners, didn't they, in the ST, whereas Volvo left it well enough alone. So yeah, this is the V50 estate automatic T5. It's got the leather, the alloys, the metallic paint. It's got 95,000 miles on it with a full service history. So yeah, I thought it would be. I checked the service, the MOT history. MOT history was good on it. I put up on Instagram to ask, subscribers what they thought of it, and obviously a lot of the people that subscribe are in the trade, and a lot of them told me this is a bit of a unicorn car. This combination doesn't come along very often, and that it could be popular. Now obviously in the current market with road tax prices and fuel prices, that'll be interesting to see. I did take it for a good test drive, which is the advantage from buying from the dealer. Took it out, made sure it boosted, made sure there was no smoke, made sure it changed through the gears okay. All of that seemed good, touch wood. So yeah, that will be coming up in a following video. We'll have a good chance to have a look around of it, have a drive of it, and see what we think. So if you want to see how the Volvo pans out, if you want to see what we do with that i10, you need to hit that subscribe button down below. It's totally free. It just notifies you when I release videos. Only about 35% of you are actually currently subscribed to watch the videos. So you'd be doing me a huge favour if you could just hit that subscribe button down below. Like I say, no cost to it at all. It simply lets you know when I release videos. So as always, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you again soon.